Man, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, man. I'm not going to be holding this mic right here. I'm only holding it for a second. I'm going to put that shit right back down. Let me tell y'all what's going on. I just came from Twitch. I was fucking it up over there on Twitch. Forgot when I'm dropping gems, I need to be telling that to my YouTube folk. Because over here on YouTube, y'all the part of my community that's ready to get this money. Y'all the part of my community that's more focused, that's more determined, that's like, that got a burning desire on this side. So I'm like, bro, why am I giving these Twitch niggas that like to game and chill, and do funny? You want to make a funny all the time. Cool. I'm going to leave y'all over here on Twitch and come to YouTube and drop these gems on why the hell you should not be trying to make money off of fucking music streams. Unless you got 100K or better streams. Let me go ahead and break that down. I started to break down previously. Let me show y'all what I got right here. This program, I'll be messing it up. I'm sorry. Let me see. I started over here. Stream breakdown. There you go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all a little synopsis. Just to, get you on board on what I got going, what I'm saying, what I'm doing. Da-da-da. That's the wrong page. Don't mind that right there. What companies hire people with Google certificates? I'm always trying to make my life better. So, yes, I've just signed up to some Google certificates. That has nothing to do with this video for today. I don't know how that even got open. But if I can find this shit real quick, hold on. ChatGPT. Okay, here it is. So what made me start doing this? I seen my nigga Hood, right? Hood had posted I gotta leave it up. Okay. Like that, right? Oh, okay. I get it. You have to have the screen open and then it's gonna do what it do. Okay, cool. Let's move that over here. Like, actually, we're gonna make it fit. Alright, so boom, look at this, y'all. Look at this. I'm trying to make it perfect so y'all can read it. Okay, anyway. So my nigga Hood, he posted his song from Spotify. Like, go check this out, da da da. And mind you, I was mind blown because I was helping Hood with the artist development last year and the year before. And from my memory, I thought Hood was doing at least 2,000-3,000 views a month. I mean, streams a month on Spotify. I don't know. Maybe he slowed down. I don't know. But anyway, him and Bano had a song they posted like 2 weeks ago. A week ago. I'm going to say a week ago. And I love y'all to death. I'm not coming for you. I'm not picking at you. I'm not saying that you are wrong. I'm trying to help. So look. I'm just trying to help. So they had 100 streams. So I asked ChatGPT, what's the breakdown of income from streams from the major platforms according to the most recent data? Because we need the data to be updated. We don't want to be going off of something from 2018. The algorithms changed. So what ChatGPT said, Tidal was number 1, Apple 2, Amazon Music 3, Shopify 4, YouTube 5 at the bottom. But I know YouTube pays more for videos. So it's weird that YouTube is at the bottom for music streams, which tells me YouTube Music uses a separate algorithm than YouTube Video. Duh. And then you got something called QBuzz that actually make more money than all the streams. I don't know what the hell QBuzz is. It might be some foreign streaming platform. I don't know. Let's start with the highest among the platforms here in America. We got Tidal, which pays you 1 cent. As y'all see right here, that's 1 cent of a dollar. And then you got 28th of a cent. So y'all see the decimal, because we're not gonna do math right now. Y'all see the decimal. Apple Music, each stream gets you 1 cent. Amazon, a 43rd of a cent. Like, what is going on? Spotify, a 30th of a cent, a 50th of a cent. YouTube, like a 200th. Oh no, that's not. That's a 20th of a cent. I'm sorry. But if you go down, if you're not YouTube Premium, you get paid less. There it is. So YouTube content paid by Content ID. Content ID, for example, every song you put on YouTube, every sound clip comes with a Content ID. If I'm using your sound, you're getting paid through my songs, my videos, not songs, my vlogs, because I'm using your music. That's even less. That's a 800th of a cent. Like, come on. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, I was fucked up when I seen that. Sorry, excuse my language. I was messed up when I seen that. The Spotify payouts is trash. Even though 84% of music revenue comes from streams, that tells me y'all not getting paid a lot. If 84% of the revenue is this low couple of cent, even if you get 1 million views, it's still a couple of cents. So we're gonna move forward. And we're gonna dig deeper real quick. It ain't gonna take an hour, it's gonna take like a minute for me to dig deeper into this subject. Follow me. Streaming on Tidal, Apple Music, and Qbuzz is more lucrative per play, but Spotify and YouTube have wider audiences. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm gonna get over here. So, when I was on Twitch, I was trying to figure out, why don't y'all stream on Tidal, Qbuzz, la la la. I'm thinking, like, why not? But boom, that explains it right there. Spotify and YouTube has the biggest audiences. So if you don't have no motion, of course you're going to follow the wave, because you don't know no better. You don't know how to be a trailblazer and set the tone for yourself. I'm assuming. It says revenue sharing dilutes earnings. Payouts go first to distributors, labels, before reaching artists, often drastically reducing take-home income. So a lot of people want to know, who are these people that take the money outside of the artists? You feel me? Payout goes to right holders. That's the label, the distributor, and the publisher. Whoever wrote the song, whatever platform you're using to distribute your song, and whatever label you sign with. It says here, if you're an independent artist, you might get 70 to 85% of that after the distributor get their cut. Distributors, because a lot of people, a lot of artists come my way, and I got to turn them down. I will turn you down if you do not understand the basics, because I can't teach you the elementary stuff. I'm past that. I promise you, if you watch all my videos, you'll pick up on everything eventually. But I cannot one-on-one teach you elementary things about your music and what you're doing with your business. You feel me? So boom. Independent artists have to give to distributors. Who are distributors? Distributors are more, I'm trying not to curse. Distributors are people like United Masters, DistroKid, CD Baby. You feel me? These are people that distribute your music to multiple platforms, whether it be Apple, the Apple Music, Spotify, whatever. They distribute it to them for you, right? So you have to pay them. So in my Twitch video just now, the stream I was just on, y'all can go watch that stream if you ain't got time to stick here. We 10 minutes in, but I'm going to chop it up so that this video is shortened. But this the live. We 10 minutes on a live. I'm going to chop this up and post it as regular videos for y'all. But let's talk about traditional labels. I spoke on, if you walk into a bank, let's act like the bank is a label. We're going to create a scenario. You walk into a bank, you're not even really interested in getting a loan. You might be there for something else, a mortgage. You might be there for anything else. And the banker says, hey, do you want 100K? You're like, sure. They're like, it's a loan. They're like, okay. They're like, okay, well, we can guarantee you this loan if you pay 80K on top of it. So you being slow would take $100,000 free if you had to pay back 80K on top of the 100. Because to you probably think that's a 20K difference. When really, you're paying them back 180K and only getting 100K. So you're spending $80,000 with these people. Just because they gave you the money don't mean it's your money. The only time you should accept a loan is if you have a plan. Because that plan will pay the loan off fast and you get to keep the fruits of your labor. Like for example, getting 100K, making 300K, and paying back 150K. Because you got to count interest. Now let's say it's a label deal. Who knows what the contract says? Let's say they say we give you 100K as long as you pay 80K on top and interest. This is why we have to read our contracts. Because if you're getting 100K, you think you're getting the money, and I pay back 80K and interest, most people think, oh, I'm getting 100K. I'm basically making 20K because I'm paying them 80K and they giving me room to make more. No. What is the interest rate on the loan? It could be a 13% interest rate on 100K. You still gonna have to pay out $1,300 extra. Now let's say we're not speaking with the bank. Let's say we're speaking to the label. and mind you, the label could do it too. They could act like a bank. Shit, they could fuck around and make you excuse my language. They can make you a contract that says you cannot do songs with people in your city. You cannot do music with artists that are not signed to my label. You cannot do music for commercial businesses. You cannot make music for private equity corporations. You never know what's in your contract. I don't know why people be rushing to be signed, because you will be controlled. It's going to cut your sponsors, because if you're independent, you could say who your sponsors are. If you independent, all you have to pay is the distributor. You may have a publisher, a writer, you feel me? But you can skip out on the label. The only thing about the label is the label wants to act like a bank. So follow me. Let's say you're an icon artist, a big artist, superstar, like a YB, how Chief Keef was back then. I could keep naming icon artists like Glorilla, Sexy Red. You got Dirk. You feel me? Lil Baby. You got icon artists. Their streams may be 13 million. So of course for them, I made 13 million and I'm only making what I say earlier, 30 cents per stream. That's like album sales now. If you got 13 million streams, let me do the math on my calculator. Let's see, 13, and then I say million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 times 0.30, that's 30 cents. Woo! If your song is, if you're only making 30 cents per stream, and you make 13 million streams, that's $3,900,000. All you have to do, let's say that times 20% is the distributor, right? That's $780,000. You pay $780,000 to the distributor, and you keep the remainder of the $3,900,000, which is you take home $3,900,000 $120,000. So I understand where y'all coming from, but this that I'm speaking on is independent artists. How is an independent artist going to get 13 million streams without a label? This is when marketing, branding, and sales become super important. This is your money. Marketing, branding, and sales. Learn marketing. Learning how to create a campaign. Branding. It's more about marketing. It's positioning. It's timing. It's learning the algorithm. It's a lot of things. Branding. What people think of when they see you. Are you a gangster artist? Are you R&B? Are you always talking about love? What you always do, they expect you to continue to do. That's your brand. If you a health rapper, they expect you to continuously brand yourself like that. Sexy Red, her brand is Oochie Coochie. Oochie Coochie. That's her brand. Bow, bow. They expect that. So it's easy to market her because we know who's looking for her. Now, sales. Independent artists, please learn marketing, branding, and sales. Because most of y'all think branding is marketing. Sales is marketing. Y'all think everything is marketing. Y'all call everybody a marketing genius. That's attention. Attention does not automatically equal sales. I be trying to teach this in my other course when I'm doing the ebooks or I'm doing the digital products. It be creators coming in there with big numbers. You got 150,000 followers and you thought because you sold a digital product for $2, all 150,000 of your fans or all 150,000 of your supporters, so-called supporters, you assume they will come buy something for $2 when they're not really true fans. You need true supporters. You thought they was gonna come through and buy something for $2 and make you $300K, when in reality 10 people came through and bought something for $2 out of that 150,000 people. That is because you do not know how to sell. You know how to brand yourself. You know a little tiny bit about marketing. You know how to dress it up and make it look good. But when somebody comes interested for more than what you show aesthetically, you got to lock in the deal. I just sold a logo in the last 24 hours for $137, basically $140. And it wasn't because, oh man, it's going to take me all this time to do it. No, I already knew what I had to do. I just needed the sale. I had the lead. I always post content. My content that I'm posting all day, it brings me leads because people understand he's a master at that skill. He's a master at that skill. He's skill stacking. He's showing examples of this equals this. I'm showing results. So I don't have to buy ads. I just have to create content. I can buy ads and multiply my content, but putting out content is the funnel. It is what creates the lead. So somebody hit me up like, hey, bro, you still doing the graphics, right? I just checked out your story. I'm like, yeah, what you need? They're like, yeah, I got a towing company. Here, I already got a logo. I already got some shirts, but I want to revamp my design. So I asked them, what do you want to keep? What do you want to remove? Is there any specific fonts that you want to use? Is there any aesthetic that you want to add? You feel me? That was the first what I asked. Secondly, I added, where do you see this logo being presented? On flyers, business cards? Is this just a logo for your YouTube? Is this where you putting it? On your ebooks, your physical book? Where you putting it? He told me all that information. I could have used the skills I've gained for the past 7-8 years, but I didn't. I used the skills that I learned in the past 3 years because the older skills took longer. It took me maybe 4 hours to do that. I use AI that knows me to do it. Of course, I got Photoshop skills, so whatever AI gives me, it basically takes me from 0% to 80%, and then from 80%, I complete the remaining 20%, so that is curated specifically for the client. Because AI may not know specifically what the client wants. It could try, and I could prompt it and keep going, or I could take the prompt, utilize that quick AI utilization just to jump to 80%. Took me an hour. $140 an hour. And I'm saying all that to say this, y'all. We must have knowledge of the things that we dealing with. You feel me? So I'm not gonna post 100 Spotify streams. That really will deter people from listening to your music. You only gotta, and I'm not saying that what you're doing is bad because it's a part of your story, but I would suggest you make it look better before you present it. What type of value are you bringing with your music? What type of is it relatable? Does it solve a problem? You know how many women subscribe to specific songs because the song speaks to their soul, to their spirit, to their struggle? Or your song may remind them of something happy, blissful. Oh, I remember this from that party I went to at the Airbnb in Atlanta when I met so and so. That was one of the best days. Or I remember this song. This is the song I heard when I met my wife. Those type of songs, that type of music, is gonna make you rich. The songs you think gonna make you rich not gonna make you rich if it ain't getting more than 100 streams. And I'm just being real. So, that was a small tangent. Right here it says 1,000 streams is $3 to $5. 10,000 streams is $30 to $50. 100,000 streams is $300 to $500. 1 million streams. How is that possible? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. 1 million streams is 3,000 to 5,000. So how the fuck? Let's do that other math again. 13 million streams. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 13 million times 30 cents. Not even $1. That's 3 million, right? So how the hell is 1 million streams only 3,000? Oh, I did the math wrong. So no, y'all, you don't get 3 million. I'm sorry. You don't get 3 million. I'm going to have to correct that. You get 390,000 off of 13 million streams. Damn, that's sad. That's sad. 1 million streams is $3,000 to $5,000. Streaming is a volume game. You either need millions of streams or diversified income. This is where the money comes as an artist. You have to sell merch. You have to book shows. You need to get a sync licensing for your fucking music. You also need fan support. Let's break those down. That stream money is weak. I knew I was tripping when I said $3 million and you paid $780,000 to the distributor. No, so that means you make $390,000 and you pay $78,000 to the distributor, and you take home what was that? You take home Let's do the math again. They don't got history on this bitch. Hold on. They do. I'm about to say. So yeah, instead of you taking home $3,900,000, you take home $390,000. You lose a zero. And instead of paying $780,000 to the distributor, you will be paying $78,000 to the distributor and taking home $312,000 from 13 million streams. And most artists I've ran into at shows, they might have 50,000 streams. So that means That means they made $150 to $300 on that when they showing they Spotify shit at the end of the year. You know, the yearly wrap up. That's how much money they made. So if you made, y'all, what are we doing with this whack ass music? Let's say you made, let's say you did 300,000 streams in a year, right? So they say 300,000 streams that's about $900, right? Let's just say $900 to $1,000. Let's choose the higher one. Let's say it's $1,200. Let's give them more money. Fuck it. So you made $1,200 off your 300,000 streams. You split $1,200. Split that by 12 months. That's $100 a month. Y'all niggas smoking dope. You're not even making $100 a month off your music. So it's very important that you get some type of merch. This is where marketing, branding, and sales, these three pillars that I said is extremely important. These three pillars come into play right here. Marketing, branding, sales, merch. Create a merch that's relatable to your brand, whatever they believe you to be. If you are a devilish rapper that always speaking about rock and roll, death, destruction, create a brand, create merch about that. If you were she was a fairy, yeah. If you were a fairy type, chibi, kawaii, girly, aesthetic rapper, then you need to be sticking to that brand and finding some sort of merch that matches your style. You feel me? That makes sense, right? If you are an independent artist, because the label ain't gonna find, you don't have a label to find you shows. You need to get with the team, a team like Not Off Records, a team like how Greg Penn got his situation, a team like High Def, a team like Image 43 that can book you shows, that can make them phone calls for you and say, hey, I got this type of artist, we got an event coming up, that can book you shows. They may be stadium pack shows. They could be college. They could be high school auditoriums. They could be private parties. You will get paid for showing up for these shows. Another thing, syncs. There are sync platforms that you can take your music and submit your music to so that your music can be played on video games. It could be played on syndicated TV shows. It could be played for podcast music. It could be, you could sync your music into one of these sync libraries that DJs pull from and DJs search through. What's your boy name? Vince Staples. He had made a song. He was trying to get on Call of Duty. He made like an army song. Oh no, matter of fact, he was trying to get a song with the Navy or some shit. I think Call of Duty ended up picking it up. And now he made 10 times more than the government contract by doing a contract with Ubisoft. You feel me? So we have to become aware of the access that we have. A lot of us don't lack awareness, we lack access. A lot of us don't lack access, we lack awareness. So we need to combine those two things into one and be aware of what we have access to. That way we could execute. Because it's one thing to study this shit all day, but you gotta execute, or you're just gonna be reading it and knowing it, and the little motherfuckers coming up, you swear, oh damn, they just started, and now they pass you because they're doing. It's be, do, have. You have to be somebody who does the things to have the things. If you're just thinking about it, you're not being him. You're not being her. You're not being that person. If you're just thinking about a plan, you have to be the person that does the plan. to have what the plan, what the results come, what comes from the plan, you will get if you do it. You're not gonna get those results just by reading how and not doing it and learning and actually experiencing how. You gotta experience this shit, y'all. All right, so look, follow me, cause there's levels to this shit. So I said, make a scenario where an artist is signed to a major label for $2 million, which they owe, of course. But let's say that their song did 1 million streams on Spotify. They have to pay the label, the distributor, and the publisher. They're probably in a traditional label deal, so they're going to get 10 to 20% of the payout on their own music. After the payout, what would be the take home of the artist? And then separately break down what they would owe on $2 million label deal, which is actually a loan. It says this is the real trap that many artists don't fully understand when signing a big label deal. Let's walk through. Okay, boom. You sign to a major label deal. This is why they call it an advance. They're advancing you $2 million that they assume you will make eventually. So when you do make it eventually, they need it back. It says a recoupable loan. Song does that, 1 million streams, typically 10 a year. Okay. Average payout per stream is 1/3 to 1/5 of a cent. So after 1 million streams, you probably gonna make $3,500 total. $3,500 total. That's not 3 months of rent, ladies and gentlemen. That's not 4 months of rent, ladies and gentlemen. That's only $3,500. So look, the label's gonna take 70 to 85% of that split. So they take 2,450 or almost 3,000. It could be 2,900. The artist will take $350 to $700. Even though that $3,500 split don't pay 4 months of rent, you don't even get you only get 10 to 20% of that. So your take home at the most will be $700. The publisher going home with $350. The publisher and the label is eating. The publisher probably has 1 million people. No, I'm sorry. The publisher probably got a whole bunch of. Why don't they have the distributor up there? Mind you, the distributor gets a cut too. So those percentages will be less because a fourth split is included in that. I probably didn't say that in my prompt. Let me see. Okay, I did say the label, the distributor, and the publisher. I could fix that. Let's fix that. Label. Oh, no, I did. I did put that in there. They just didn't add the distributor. Publisher payout may be handled separately via mechanical royalties. But for simplicity, we'll factor it here. So the artist takes home 10 to 20%. If you're getting 20%, you're going to get $700. If you're getting 10, that's half of that, $350. It doesn't go in your pocket. It first goes to paying down the $2 million debt. So look, if you have a major label deal and you already putting out music, all that money that's going to the label, the distributor, and the publisher, your take home actually goes towards your advance. So you only get to spend the advance, going in debt even more. I'm talking about fat. This on, my bad. I forgot I had shit on my lap. Getting a little too passionate about that. Let me see. Yo. Let me make sure my mic still set up properly. Because we don't do half-ass streams no more, man. We way past that. Alright, so follow me, y'all. What's going on, YouTube? I don't know what just happened, but fuck it. We still going. So that money goes, your cut from your stream, because you're not independent. Because you're not independent, it goes to the label. Recoupment math on a $2 million loan. So you did 1 million streams, which means you get 350 to 700. The label credits that towards the advance. So now your remaining debt is $1,999,300. In other words, after 1 million streams, they still nearly owe $2 million. The artist hasn't personally pocketed anything, just chipped away a few $100s from the debt. This is why rappers will tell you the label will scam you. And y'all up and coming rappers, y'all need to know the money is a ploy to get you in debt. They give you the money up front. You will spend it. What good is cash? The only thing you can do with cash is spend it. You have to. It's a liability. You need more assets. I bet you that's my girl. Where my phone at? I don't need the mic falling again. Hold on, y'all. People talking about what's the word, what I'm doing. Yeah, y'all. I'm sorry. Apologies for that. I told you she's gonna ask where I'm at. Okay, let me do something real quick. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I'm still here. I'm finna send her this live. She's gonna ask where I'm at. Alright, so what the fuck? Who in there? Nobody's here. So as y'all see, remaining, you still owe $1.999 million on your loan. Alright. Big money for the artists in this deal. They need you would need 570 million streams to pay off that $2 million. 570 million streams times 35th of a cent will pay it off. Until they recoup the $2 million, they will not see real royalty income. Label still takes their percentage of other income streams until you pay it off. That's the difference of a 360 deal, y'all. A 360 deal means the label gives you an advance, and you, like I said, you can't make music with your friends. You can't make music with sponsors. You can't do sync licensing. Shit, you can't even make a birthday song for your cousin. The label owns you. They want the tour money, they want the merch money, the show money, they want all money if you in a 360 deal. And most of y'all don't realize they giving out 360 deals like it's nothing. It says, bottom line, signing a big deal. Hold on, let me see something. Just face on this one. So I'm going to talk to y'all. It's a little better for me. I don't have my, my hotkeys just to press the button and make it automatic. So, yeah. But, they say signing a big label deal sounds sexy. It's a $2 million deal. But it's a loan that must be paid back, with the artist getting a small cut of low payouts, like streaming, for example. The artist is usually broke or deep in debt unless they hit true superstar level streams or have big touring/brand deals. Look at the nigga ESTG. When he first came out, he was spending that advance money on videos. Oh, I'm finna go get a feature with Lil Baby. He invested the advance money into himself, which was smart, because long term the fans will pay. He's still in debt, but long term his money's going to be made faster. Because you're going to have to spend that money regardless. You in debt. They gave it to you. You can let it sit like a J. Cole, let it sit. But you still have to pay money to be seen. This is why marketing, branding, and sales is important. Because the label and the ad companies, they just want you to pay to play. Why do you think these blue checks started being offered? The social media it started being combined with an ad agency. Now when you scrolling on we used to watch TV, and TV had commercials. We start calling commercials ads. Now your timeline has commercials and ads on it. While you scrolling, you run across sponsored fucking posts. Because the ad companies are now embedded in the social media. I'm old enough to remember when social media didn't have an ad company. It only dropped in order. If you dropped your shit 5 minutes ago, the timeline will only show things that were like, what's the word? You get it. It was going according to when you posted. If I posted 2 minutes ago, I could be seen 2 minutes ago. Nowadays, if you post a second ago, your followers and subscribers may not even see it unless they come looking for it. Or unless they speak about it and search up something by accident. Now the algorithm is going to serve you to them. Now, don't get me wrong. The algorithm used to be organic. Now the algorithm is no longer organic, but it works in our favor. Our favor if we are creators. If you're using proper hashtags and keywords, these people who are searching up random things may randomly come across your video or your music. And if, like I said, you provide value, something relatable, something that could teach them or entertain them, they will click subscribe. They will become a fan. They will become a follower. But you can't just be making music because you feel like, oh, I make music because this is my stress reliever. I make music because it helped me through a hard time. Bro, if you're not telling a story and selling that story, if you're not marketing that story and branding that motherfucking story, you're going to lose. So that was the bottom line. Let me see what else to say. How many total streams it would take to fully pay off the $2 million advance? How much touring can affect this? A better model. We don't got to go into all of that because I just put y'all on game real fast. The labels will rob you. They've been robbing niggas forever. If you can't take that 30 minute, 40 minute breakdown, this is another tip. I know I do a little, I know YouTube blesses those of us that does long form content. Short form content, you might get a subscriber, you might get somebody to view you, but you're not going to get nobody that's going to join your campaign, that's going to join whatever it is, whatever lane you in. You're not going to build community with short form content. That's for the people that don't have the attention span to learn. Long form content is where the monsters at. These niggas on this side, they beasts. They can sit down for an hour, take notes, watch the video again, and apply it, execute it. They don't just sit up there and watch short form videos on hacks on quick ways how to make $10,000 a month. Nah. Now don't get me wrong, I watch videos like that. They just the long versions. Cause them short versions is playing with your value system. They literally create a hook to get you stuck, give value so that you be like, oh shit, this motherfucker on their shit, oh, and then and then they end it with a call to action that tells you, for more, go follow my YouTube channel, or for more, make sure you check out my ebook. This is a formula. It works. That's why I study it, because I have to use it as well. I chose the independent route versus the label route. And I'm speaking, in symbolism because I'm not a rapper. I could be working for an agency, but I chose to create one. You feel me? But why is that blurred out? My hands got in the way. What happened? They didn't see my eyes or something. It's the rock. But oh, that's what I was gonna say. If you're watching this video on YouTube, it could be up here. If you're watching on YouTube on your if you're doing it on your TV, you know they got the YouTube app on the TV. I don't know if you're on your phone. If you're on your phone, it might be down here. If you're on the PC, let me check the PC real quick because I'm online. If you're on the PC,
AI influence.
Shut up. It's at the bottom. If you're on the computer, it's at the bottom also. I think only if you on I don't know. I think on the phone you gotta go to the right next to the subscriber button, subscribe to me. But this is the thing, hit settings. On this video, hit settings, go down to playback speed, and change the speed to either 1.5x or 1.75x. Now, if you're watching a 10-minute video, it's only going to take you about 5-6 minutes to watch that. I do that to all my long-form content. My 30-minute videos that I find, or 40-minute, an hour shit, I be watching B-Dale. I be watching some monsters on here. B-Dale, he speak on conspiracies and stuff, but I watch actual creators that give game on AI, give game on marketing, stuff like that. I'm not gonna be a gatekeeper. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm not gonna be a gatekeeper. So when I'm watching these people, I do speed up the playback just so I could get the message. You feel me? Our brains are equipped. Our brains are equipped to hear it back. If it's playing back, our brains can catch those fast, sped up sentences. We're not slow. I'm not. I know I'm not. But let me see. Somebody I fuck with. My subscribers. Y'all can check it out if y'all want to. My subscriptions. I'm not gatekeeping anything. You can go check any of these guys out. You can check any of these guys out. My boy Q Have, funny guy. J Bug, AI. Black Magic, that's esoteric knowledge. B-Dale, esoteric. Curious Refuge, I think that's the AI, yeah. Mid-Journey Fast Hours, AI. Myron Golden, he more motivational. He teach you about sales, marketing, sales. The Diary of a CEO. This dude be having the craziest guests. He talk about business. Perky, conspiracy, esoteric stuff. Trey Rags, funny stuff. Esoteric conspiracy. Malevi, this is 19 Keys Clipper. He speak about motivation, finance, community, exercise, health, lifestyle. Julia, she speak about AI. 19 Keys, same shit as the lifestyle. AI Revolution. Jump on AI Revolution ASAP. They gonna keep you up to date. We just gonna go to them real quick. Let's check them out real fast. And while we check them out, I'm gonna speed up the video so we can watch it. They post like 2-3 videos a day. But let's check them out on their latest.
I just made a $39 personalized storybook using AI in under 2 minutes. Let me show you how you can too.
So ByteDance just dropped a model that sketches like a human, big shapes first, tiny details later, while running nearly twice as fast. Alibaba broke the language barrier wide open with new open source tools that crush benchmarks across the board. And over in the United States, researchers just taught chatbots to finally shut up when they don't have an answer, instead of lying and inventing stuff. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's getting way too real. Let's get into it. Let's roll with ByteDance first. Their researchers just unveiled something called Detail Flow, and it flips the usual draw a picture routine on its head. Traditional image generators treat a photo like a checkerboard. Start at the top left pixel, move right, bounce down a line, repeat. That's fine for simple doodles, but it means even a modest 1024 by 1024 piece, roughly Instagram's full size, post forces the network to spit out more than 10,000 little word-like pieces called tokens. Infinity.
Last year's buzzier models needs that many. It's like reading a document one character at a time just to render an image. Painfully slow and inefficient. Even so-called clever tricks like var and flexvar, which zoom the canvas in and out as they go, still burn through 680 tokens just for a 256 by 256 square. If you're aiming for real-time graphics inside a game lobby or a video call avatar, that's a slog. Detail Flow asks, why not write the picture the way humans sketch, big shapes first, eyelashes later? So the team builds a tokenizer that starts with blurry, low-resolution versions of each training image and then sharpens step by step. Each token in the sequence equals one notch of extra clarity, and because everything flows in a single row, one-dimensional instead of grid-based, the model only needs 128 tokens to deliver a 256 by 256 sample. Measured on ImageNet, that earns a GFID of 2.96. In the weird world of FID scores, lower means the fake looks more...
My bad, y'all. I didn't know that my mic was on. One thing about streaming, I'm always gonna give game because when I'm dead and gone, I want that to be my legacy. This nigga was a teacher. He always gave us game. He always wanted to see us in a better position, a better version of ourselves. So look, one thing about streaming, if you don't have Bluetooth earphones in or the streaming headphones that these guys be wearing, y'all want to know why they wear them? Because when you're streaming and you're listening to your screen, your mic can hear your screen. So you put headphones on to block the mic from hearing your screen. Because if the mic hears your screen, the mic is a microphone. And what's going into the mic will be said on the screen. So it becomes an echo. It's hearing the screen talk. The talking goes into the mic. And that's like, yeah. And it gets louder and louder because once the TV or the screen hears it and the mic hears the louder version, it goes in louder and comes out louder because you're now yelling into the mic and it keeps getting louder and louder like this. Watch this.
Or like the real photo set. So beating VARs 3.3 while using less than 1/5 the tokens is a genuine mic drop. Dial the target resolution up and let detail flow run to 512 tokens and it hits 2.
Because I don't have headphones on, I don't hear what y'all hear. So that was my mistake. You got to be aware of everything you doing with streaming. That's why I wish I still had my damn switcher where I could just press this screen. I could cut in to this scene. I could make my shit. I could just go to my face like I did earlier. When I had my switcher, I could do stuff like this. You feel me? Move things around. Them little niggas broke in my car and stole my goddamn a $1,200 camera, 2 $500 lens. They took my 16, my 50. They took my microphone, my last Yeti mic. They took the stands. They took 2 RGB remote control lights. Bruh, these niggas got off. And they broke in. So I had to pay for the window to get fixed. It's crazy. It's crazy. I really wish I still had my old equipment. Because they took the stream shit, the switcher. It's like Elgato something. They took that too. I really wish I still had all that set up because if y'all look at my old streams, I had the lighting. You feel me? I had a little intro. It might be a little dark with a key light. You feel me? That matters as well. Lighting will change your views. If I had proper lighting and it didn't look like I was just sitting in an office space, you know, and like let's say my background was dim and I had a key light on this side that created a shadow, you know, it created a contrast. That's what that's called, a contrast. Y'all would automatically click because the quality is there. Of course, I'm going to give a game, but I'm just trying to make sure y'all know why y'all come here. Y'all know y'all coming here to learn something. I hope so. Do not come here to pick. Don't come here to pick. Don't come here to play. Don't come here to bullshit. Because eventually, just like streams, it's a volume game. Just like streams, these videos gonna make me rich. I'm already rich in knowledge. Now we gotta get rich in monetary. We gotta get rich in finance. I would like to be rich in value outside of just, you know, how much you got in your pocket. How much, you know, you can't pocket watch information. But I'm gonna make it make sense, y'all. You know, Again, it's your boy Barsky, High Def Barsky. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go subscribe to Just Barsky. That's my backup channel because I got a feeling that with my algorithm being a little off here and everywhere, because on this side, on the High Def Barsky YouTube, I got music videos, I got skits, I got vlogs, I got tutorials, and I got talking head videos like this. You feel me? My lady say, I love it, always on it. She asked me where I'm at. I sent her this stream. But we still live. I sent her the video. You know, it's right there. And it's crazy that you can send a live link. We got to take advantage of this shit. Y'all thinking this is normal. These are our superpowers. Being able to add things on the screen, manipulate. Blink. Wow. Oh wow. He put a lower thirds. Oh my god. Bro. Shit like this is magic. We got people that's fucking. We got millionaires out here who don't know how to use a computer. They will pay you to help them. I'm telling y'all. I'm going to help y'all get this money. Y'all help me get this money. That's what the community is. You know, it's all unity. But again, man, it's your boy Barsky, man. Y'all don't work too hard. Make sure you're working smarter than harder. We be back tomorrow. I'm going to do another one tomorrow morning, probably like 12 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll probably be at the classroom. So y'all tap in, man. Love y'all.